is a very interesting one. The way to enable your devotees to attain everything is to have a stage of being ignorant of the knowledge of desires. So let's read this Murli now. Do you consider yourselves to be the highest authorities? Are you familiar with your personality of purity? Having attained the imperishable property from the Father, do you experience yourselves to be complete? In this old world, a limited study and limited position is said to be an authority. Compared to that, your almighty authority is unlimited and imperishable. Do you perform every action while maintaining such authority? Bapdada makes every child a master of the unlimited. In being a master of the unlimited, there is unlimited happiness. Do you know your treasures of happiness? Seeing the lines of fortune of the children, the father becomes very happy that there are a few souls out of multi-millions who are making their fortune elevated. Is the father happy to see the children, or are the children much more happy to see their fortune? Who is happier? You are such elevated souls that every act of yours is remembered as a divine activity. Even now, your divine activities are being worshipped. Even today, devotees are desperate to have a moment's vision of the worthy of worship idols of you. Are you able to experience the desperate eagerness of the devotees? Do you have feelings of mercy and good wishes in your heart to satisfy the devotees? Do you know the way to satisfy the devotees? Do you know what the devotees desire to attain from you deities? The basis of the devotees attaining everything is their love and devotion. And the basis of your enabling the devotees to attain everything is your stage of being completely ignorant of desires. Only when you become completely ignorant of desires will you be able to fulfill the desires of other souls. To be ignorant of the knowledge of all desires means to have an extremely powerful seed stage. Unless you become a master seed, the leaves cannot receive anything. You once again have to give the many leaves, that is, the many devotee souls who are completely dry and wilted, the donation of power through your seed stage. Just as there is a queue of devotees in front of the non-living images, so do you also experience your devotees to be queuing up for a glimpse of your living forms? Do you like listening to the call of the devotees even now? When Bapdada tours the world and sees the wandering of the devotees and listens to their calling out, he feels mercy for them. Perhaps you say that Bapdada should grant the devotees a vision and fulfill their desire. Do you think like this? However, in the drama, the name is that of the children and the work is that of the father. Therefore, the children have to become instruments. Will the father become a master of the world or will the children? Will the subjects be yours or the father's? The subjects are those who become worthy of worship. And later, it is these worthy of worship souls who have devotees. So now, become instruments for your subjects and your devotees and give them the blessing of peace and power. Just as the Father has revealed himself to the children, in the same way you special deities have to reveal yourselves to your devotees. Deities means bestowers. And so, as children of the bestower of fortune, you have to become bestowers of fortune. Can you see your crown of light? The crown of jewels is not a big thing compared to the crown of light. Let's just pause here for a moment and just reflect on your own image and ask yourself whether you can see your crown of light. Okay, so the crown of jewels is not a big thing compared to the crown of light. The more you imbibe purity in your thoughts, words, and deeds, the clearer your crown of light will become. Bapdada sees the number-wise crowns of all the children. The crowns in the future kingdom will be number-wise. And so here too, the crowns are number-wise. Do you know your number? Is it a small crown or a big one? Everyone has a crown. The moment you become a child of the Father and make a promise of purity, you definitely receive a crown in return. You were told that as soon as you become a child of the Almighty Authority, that is, as soon as you take an alokik birth, you receive a crown, a throne, and a tilak as your birthright. In the same way, can you see the sparkling star of your fortune? If you constantly sing songs of praise of your fortune and of the bestower of fortune, you will become full of all virtues. Do not sing songs of your weaknesses. Continue to sing songs of praise of your fortune. Go beyond all questions and remain content within your heart. As long as you still have questions within yourself, such as, how can I do this? What can I do? You will not be able to satisfy others. Do you understand? Now, do not think about your own self, but think more of your devotees. Now, do not think of taking, but think of giving. Now, do not have any desires for your own self, but think about fulfilling the desires of other souls, and you will then automatically become complete. Acha. To the images that grant visions in a practical way, the same as the Father, to those who fulfill the desires of all souls, to the souls who constantly stabilize themselves in the highest authority and maintain the personality of purity, to those who constantly sing praise of their fortune, to the great donors who constantly donate as bestowers, to the bestowers of blessings who are full of all blessings, to such great souls, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So this was the Murli, which has now been read. And you may pause now for 1 to 2 minutes to reflect on the key points of the Murli, and then we can begin with the journey. If you have finished the reflections, would anyone like to begin with your thoughts?
Om Shanti.
Om
Uh,
Shanti.
Wonderful, Murli. And yes, it's indeed very true that Iksha Matram Avidya, that is, when we are detached from all the desires from the Lockic world, only then we can go to the subtle world, and the beyond that is the incorporeal world. So, in that, Baba has mentioned about the crown of light, how often we emerge this crown of light, how often we feel, how often am I feeling this crown of light and visualizing it around me with the showering of blessings from Baba, uh, showering of love, his divine powers always on me. That's the moment I get connect with that crown of light and the canopy of protection from the supreme authority, who's my supreme father. Then that birthright, which was given to me, to all we Brahmin souls, the moment we were born, the three treasures, three rights. One is the crown of light, second is the tilak, and the third is tat. So these three are the thing. We are the king, the self-sovereign kings, and these three are associated with the kings. So that becomes a lot of intoxication, and we go beyond this Lockic world, and find ultimate peace, happiness. So this is a practical tip Baba says, when we can practice on how to immerse the crown of light in between, every hour for some time, and feel the peace, feel the happiness from Baba within. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and thank you. Yes, Baba is very nicely spoken about the simple thought of, do you have a crown of light? And I think this question can be asked by each one of us to our own selves many times during the day, to remind ourselves actually of the blessing that we already have, and to relate to that fortune of having the crown of light. Anybody else would like to share their thoughts?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So, Baba says, we need to have mercy and good wishes in our heart for satisfying the devotees, because they are so desperate devotees. We have to give them some attainments, right? So we need to have that thoughtful stage, and we should be a mercy towards them. And so we need to become, so Baba says we have to become ignorant about knowledge for that first, and then we should not have any self interest within us. So when that is when we'll be able to give them the weaknesses, right? That when we have any weaknesses within them about how can I do, why, all that question should get finished within ourselves first, and then we should satisfy them. Actually, all the desires, the devotees, all the souls, we should be able to um, fulfill that. So we have to be such mercy soul.
Yes, brother.
Om Shanti. Yeah.
Yeah. Mercy is something that doesn't come easily unless we practice it, because we deal with all kind of people all around us all the time. But using this technique of visualizing the crown of light and using the remembrance of Baba, we actually can experience that merciful glance, that feeling of mercy for the people around, and helping them in their journey of peace and love and power.
So I guess there is a stage in the in our this yogi life where we reach to hear the call of devotees within us. When you are truly connected with Baba, you can sense it, the world. I mean, especially the devotees, that they're crying. And then, I mean, Baba, of course, hear that, but I think, according to the number, the yogi souls, Baba's children, hear that, and then when we hear that, I mean, we'll have that mercy, true mercy towards them, and then we think towards satisfying their desires. So I think, I mean, I feel, because I heard this in a class, that not everybody's stage is the same. Like when one will be able to hear it, like others may not. So in Prakash Mani Dadi's class, I heard this, that Dadi, when Dadi sit in meditation, Dadi used to hear this call from everywhere, and she was kind of, I mean, she was so merciful, right? And we used to give that blessings to everyone. So I personally not experienced, but I'm sure there is a stage within us when we grow to that level. When we sit in meditation connected to Baba, we should be able to hear that call.
Right. Thank you, brother, for that sharing. And Sister Girija has written in the chat box, ignorance of desire, elevated, I have everything. Thought, I have the one who is ever happy in my heart, in my mind. He fills me up so much, so much, so much. I never feel anything I cannot do. I am powerful, empowered with knowledge of the soul. I see how Baba lifts up a depleted soul, puts him up in his chest and says, oh my, I presume this is precious one, sister, instead of previous one, or maybe it is. So,
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Like when you were just reading about devotees, like, I don't know, I went down to see, we have devotees even in the Copper Age. And that time, Baba doesn't speak about those devotees because he was there to fulfill those devotees at that time. That time, he didn't create us and all. I was not born at all that time in the Copper Age. So he was the one. So the feelings which I have given now and all over here, there, it's actually more what he did to his children in the Copper Age. How he really took care of them. And we didn't know even that. We didn't know that the Father had come down, raised, and so many souls, we used to incarcerate them, used to do so much, but how he used to lift his children, put them in his chest. And we have seen stories about how deities come in front of their bhagats and then tell them, this is that, this is that. Numerous stories we have heard. So that was the Copper Age. But here it is something different. See, here bhagats in the conference age. So there are two people. I am at the top. I am with my Baba. I am an instrument for these callings, for so many people who have not yet recognized him, who have not yet held his hand, who are calling out. So first I should understand my field. What is that call? What is my position and where am I? So that was the first thing which I took in the Murli when I spoke about bhagats, because bhagats are also there in the college. Then I liked the way Baba speaks. Just see the whole Murli, there are only two sentences, just two sentences which made the whole thing. Everything else is, you are this, you are that, and all. Devotees need love and devotion. See, if these bhagats have no love and devotion, they are not even going to look at you. And For that, I have to be ignorant of desires. So see, both the sides, I no desires, dena, dena, dena. And these devotees look up at me with love and devotion. If they are not going to look up at me, I won't be able to give. Then next sentence which Baba says is, no desires for the self, fulfill desires of souls. Of course, for that he is given the seed stage and all. I think these two sentences have to do. So if you remember, Icha, Matram, Avidya. So what is the Icha I have in this confluence age is what we should actually share now. Do I have any Icha? Of course, how can you say I have no Icha? When I got the Gyan, I wanted to have a trance, I wanted to have a vision, I wanted to be #1 student, I wanted to give everything to the Yajna. There are, whether it is a pure desire, anything there is. So first I think I want to know, like, what is the Icha, whether it is good or bad, whether it is pure or impure in this confluence age. And is that Icha needed? Because even that Icha even has to go. The word Icha, that word even must be. So if we could analyze what are the Icha now once we have become God's child, how, if that traces those progeny, if we can remove, then I think wearing the crown of light or seed stage, that is just the thing. First, I have to strip myself of all these desires even now. I can never say I don't have desire, I have. So if suppose we can analyze on that.
Yeah, that's a good point, sister. Would anybody like to share their thoughts on this? Because being ignorant of the knowledge of desires, like how sister is saying, how do you actually be without these desires completely? They could be even pure desires of, getting elevated, your soul getting elevated. So what is really the meaning of this being ignorant of the knowledge of desires? Anybody would like to share?
May I share one reflection, sister?
Yes, brother.
There are two types of desires Baba has mentioned in the Murli. One is the gross level desires, which are of course from pertaining to this world, and second is much more refined kind of desires, which are called subtle desires, royal forms of desires, which are not seen in a gross manner, but they are deeply rooted, like Nam, Man, Shan, and all that, Mahima, and so those things are the royal form of, or the subtle desires. Baba says that go even beyond the subtle and go to the incorporeal, that is master seed stage, and where the desires come to an end, especially the desires for the self, they all come to the end. You are ignorant of all this kind of gross and also the subtle desires, where in a seed stage you are just like combined with Baba in a combined seed stage, where the kalpa tree is below you. We are much more elevated than the kalpa tree, and then from the higher stage we can donate the well-wishing, good-wishing, pure feelings to everyone. That is the methodology Baba has spoken about in the Murli. And all the basis is the personality of purity. I mean, the purity, when we come to the seed stage, definitely we are devoid of any kind of waste thoughts, and also any desire for self. So this is the seed stage, is what is the fundamental uh, uh, form which helps the souls to achieve to be ignorant of all kinds of desires, except pure desires, means pure feelings for everyone. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you, brother, for that sharing. Yes.
No, sister, just what I would like to, he spoke about seed stage, fine. When do I experience it? When I'm sitting in Amrit Vela, when I'm there, when I would like to get merged with the Father. And that's how, we have been trained. Let me tell you even a simple desire. I would like to be Harpreet Singh. I would like to be over there talking to people. That's also a desire. Just I would like to be a person who can do this. I would like to be the one who, even that subtle desire, whether it's pure, that also Baba is saying, if he says no trace of desire. So how it should be. So if I'm a seed, I don't even, it's not the seed stage I'm talking about. I'm talking, that's in meditation. That's even yogis have taught us how to be in that stage of total this, total bliss we have heard. But here Baba is speaking about the practical seed stage. When I go out, I feel, oh my God, I've got so much, I have to give, I have to give, I have to give. So even if that person is not ready, just giving. I don't know whether I rightly say this little quality, maybe 70%, I found in Mother Teresa in her life when she had given, the question of from where she got what she got, the question of just taking and lifting a child and caressing it. So I should be for these brothers like that. I should not wait for them to come, hello, are you there? No. So that is the practical seed stage, not just sitting in down and merging with Shiv Baba and then this. All that is over now. Now we are in the field. People are dying. People are in distress. I think I should move out like a practical seed. So, that experience, I don't know what one needs to be. So it's not necessary for this, you have to be a yogi or you have to be a surrendered sister and all. It's something which comes deep down from your heart. What I got, that and I have to give. I think that practical seed stage is what Baba, I feel when I read the Murli, I don't know. I felt that's what Baba wants. Become a practical seed. As if I go and I stand there, I touch a flower, wow, it blooms. It's like that. So permanent nurturer, I feel not even one. See, as I told you, I have so many desires. I would like to do what you're doing, sister. So all these subtle desires to go means, it really reaches, needs some total, total love with their total love for the world, irrespective of whether they are a Brahma Kumari or a religion or that stage. Oof, I think that's what Baba wants.
Yes, very deep sharing. Thank you for that. And I relate to what you're saying because what we are here trying to help our devotees, actually, we are not, Baba is reminding us that he has actually considered our children, the children, to be like deities. And then in the Murli, he also says deities means bestowers, bestower of fortune. So you have to become those bestowers of fortune. And that comes being ignorant of the knowledge of desires. So actually, when you live in the moment in a very practical way, and you remain in constant remembrance, but desires come more as a detached observer. You're watching that, okay, this is what you need to do. And it's more like an action-related desire. But you don't get attached to the desire that you stop doing what you needed to do to meet the goal of spreading love and peace everywhere. And I think after a point, you reach that stage where you start just looking at your desire like a fleeting thought and nothing more. It's not like you're so hung up on the desire that you stop everything else. And I mean, this is just one way of interpreting that. If anybody else would like to share, and the other things, yes, Raki sister.
Just said Harpreet, and I was listening to all other sharings as well. The reflection that I'm getting is, would we be free of desire? If I look at it from my perspective, free of desire may not be possible for me at this stage, but can I go beyond my desires? So as you rightly pointed out, Harpreet, that am I getting attached to my desires, or am I getting stopped because of my desires? Is where I was looking at it as going beyond our desires.
Right.
At times, desires becomes a hurdle for us to do things. But desire exists, but parallelly with that, am I out there to serve? And the desire doesn't come as a stumbling block, as you rightly said, is one reflection.
Sometimes the
Be free
desire
of
is
it.
also, yeah, sometimes even you may have reflected the desire is actually a very pure one. It's even a very helpful and merciful one. I may have a desire to help someone, right? But I get distracted, I get busy, and then later on I'm thinking, oh yeah, I should have helped that person. I should have done this. So actually, sometimes even the desires that come like that, even the pure ones, they trouble you later. So I think what Baba is trying to say is, or that's the way I'm interpreting it, is that, you know, you have to be in the moment because you can't do everything as well. You can't get distracted. I couldn't meet that other desire, even if it was the pure one. So then your next moment is getting wasted, and the next, and the next. So you have to just be the way you are and visualize what Baba is saying, the crown of light. Visualize that you're the bestower of fortune and just come back and ignore those desires and just move on. And actually, when you keep experiencing the constant remembrance, the desires anyway go away. I mean, that's Baba's gift. They won't be there anymore. That's what I feel.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
When Baba is talking about ignorant of desires, Baba doesn't mean that all your desires should disappear. Baba talks about that you should have desires for Vishwa Kalyan. Because as when you are in constant remembrance, Baba says, you are in union with me, myself. We are in union with Supreme Soul. And as the Sankarang that we get from Baba, Baba is Vishwa Kalyan. So we will also be Vishwa Kalyan. It is just a Sankarang. But by that, Baba doesn't wants us to nullify all the desires. Baba says, don't think about Swa Kalyan. Think about Vishwa Kalyan. If your desires is for Vishwa Kalyan, you are in this world only, your Kalyan will happen automatically. Second thing is that if you talk about really ignorant of all the desires, as it's called Ichha Matram Avidya, this Ichha comes from body conscious basically. And as we are in union with Baba, the first and most important condition to be in union with Baba, to be in a yoga with Baba, is to be soul conscious, that is Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari, and which we can reach that state by continuous Asariripan ka anubhav. If we are having that anubhav, that experience, that practice of Asariripan again and again and again throughout, and then we reach to a state of Atma Abhimani Sthiti, Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari, and then we are in union with Baba. And as when we are in union with Baba, we get the Sankarang. And all the magic happens from this Sankarang. Whatever you say, different type of words and all that, but everything which I feel, that whatever positivity which you get is from Baba's constant remembrance. And with that, you get Sankaran and all your things changes. Earlier, we were thinking about Swakalyan. Initially, one sister used to tell that, yes, my desire was to become this and that and that and that, to be famous, to be known, to be noticed. But as you transform, as the journey of yours changes from body conscious to soul conscious, and then the desire changes, thought changes, Ichha changes. What the Ichha? Swakalyan, it's transformed into Vishwa Kalyan. That I understood from this Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you, brother. That was nice.
Sister, I like that idea which was given, and I would like to endorse that idea and practice. Go beyond the desire of the self. I think that was one point which we should check. Take, for example, the brother just spoke about Vishwa Kalyan. You know what? We children are very clever. We would put forth our desire and we'll tell Baba, it's actually not for me. It is actually for doing this. You know, we are very smart in translating our desire and telling Baba, it's not for this, it's actually for the benefit of somebody. One. Second, Baba also spoke in the Murlis. Baba says, yes, charity begins at home. Change a thing. But I would like the benefit first to the family, my immediate, that's what the body consciousness, bodily relations, bodily things and all should be given. I should not say, I'm doing it for my husband, for my child, for my daughter. That is also Ichcha. So going beyond, so when we use the word Vishwa, I like that because I have to be a bird. So so you need an elevated stage. You need to go up and look at all, where even your husband or your children are all just part of the multitude of crowd. When I think I get that kind of look or approach, then I think I can justify that, yes, I'm doing Vishwakila. I think going beyond the self, it's not only this self, this body, anything attached to the body. That also is a desire. Taking care of your family, your center, your this and all.
Right. So this topic of desire can, of course, invoke a lot of different thoughts because it's a very basic element. And when you give all your desires to Baba itself or to the Almighty, I feel when we connect deeper and deeper, the desires itself become universal. And that is the Baba's blessing I was talking about. You won't even realize, like, I'm of course nowhere close to where I would like to be. See, that's also a desire. But the point is that the more you surrender and let Baba take over, your desires itself change. You're no longer wanting those kind of desires which you wanted some time ago, so things have moved on their own. So I think that's where there's divine intervention, if I may call it that way. And there are also some beautiful messages in the chat box written by Radhamani sister and Vachna sister. Sarbatta Bhala is the best way ahead with deep-rooted true feelings, yes. And a lot of times in our ardas, we used to every day say Sarbatta Bhala, which is like universal happiness for everyone, going beyond the desire. And there's a question by Pramila Behen, how to practice Asha Riri stage to go beyond. Would anybody like to give this answer?
I shall try. I don't know whether perfectly. See, if the word asharari, if you just see, it's rising above. It's going beyond the gravitational pull of where I'm sitting. So the first thing for that, what I need is refinement. I need purity. I have to go up. So first, before even becoming a shariri, I have to first leave that very ground where I'm sitting, which is holding me, which is giving me the support. I go above. So once I realize, I shed all these clothes of what I have, I can go above. And then I look up because I'm in midair. I have neither the support of the ground, neither I have support of up above. I can fall down. So it's that time when you just look up above and just like a small child holding hands to God, pull yourself up. It's just a feeling I'm talking about, not abstract. And then you're just pulled. So it's for some like an OB, out of body experience, It's as if you're going up and up. It's a moment, but that's beautiful. So if we keep practicing this little by little in our thoughts, and maybe like a yogic thing, it can come. It's just a attempt.
I
Om
agree.
Shanti.
Yes, go ahead, brother.
Baba always wants us that we children must become asariri. Because the basic of our Baba's knowledge is that, Bache, you are a soul, you are a peaceful soul, you are a bhagyasali soul, Saubhagyasali soul, Padma Padam Bhagyasali soul. And we all children know that Bhagya becomes Saubhagya and Saubhagya becomes Padma Padam Bhagya as we become close to Baba. And as I have understood in this divine life, that earlier when we were not with Baba, we were not aware of Baba, who Baba is. We were very materialistic. As the knowledge came in that who am I, who is Baba, what is the relation between me and Baba, our thoughts started changing. And when Baba gave us the information that bache, a human being will become human being only, कोई जानवर नहीं बनेगा. Actually, I think that basically the first knowledge which Baba gives is the first input towards the journey to become a Sariripan. And then the execution of that knowledge that Baba gives, the visualization, because Baba, sometimes people call it as imaginary, but when God is telling, that is a fact. And that we have to have nischay on that this is the fact. And we have to start visualizing it. And as because we are a soul, we are nirakari, basically, as because we are child of Baba. So more we'll visualize that and more we'll practice that. This asariripan is basically the outcome of our purity, outcome of our remembrance with Baba, outcome of our honesty in the following the Srimad line by line, word by word. Basically, it is the outcome. You will do that, that remembering Baba again and again, visualizing that who you are. And then I think that the outcome will be Asariripan. Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you, brother, for the sharing. And I would just like to remind Sister Pramila, if you, in this very Murli, Baba says, go beyond all questions and remain content. And he says, as long as you still have questions like, how can I do this and what can I do? You may be slower in enabling others. So do not think about your own self, but think more of your devotees. Do not sing songs of your weaknesses. Continue to sing songs of praise of your fortune. So I think one answer to your question is sitting in this Murli, that you can do it. You are powerful. You're not weak. Continue to sing songs of the praise of your fortune. And you will just be there. You will experience that vibration. You will experience that powerful energy. Anybody else would like to share anything? Any new point?
Om Shanti, sister. So yesterday's Sakar Murli, the Vardhan, the blessing, had very good point, which can very well go with this today's Avyakt Murli. So where Baba says we need to practice that our non-living images, our Baba says, the future, in the future there won't be time, or we will not get that the circumstances won't be there where we'll be able to get them serve through words, right? So that's where we'll have to experience them, everything through our sthiti, peace, happiness, love, and bliss, everything through drishti. So this practice, Baba says, we need to do it here. So we are the living images, right? And the non-living images, when people or the devotees go to them and they are able to experience the vibration and the divinity from their face, that they are the non-living images, but still they are able to experience all that. So we need to practice it here. The living images are here, right? And we need to practice this and then give them that experience. I think it's more of for us to get to that stage, the more practice that we need. So Baba is giving us all this instruction that understand our devotees' desire and then fulfill their desires, make them attain everything. So we will be practiced a lot in this. And then when the time comes, we will be able to use that. When the time comes, where we won't be able to give anything through words or the present. Through drishti, we should be able to satisfy them all with all the powers that we have accumulated over a period of time with our practice. Om Shanti.
Sister, can I request
Yes, go ahead.
you something? That sister, Pramila sister, asked about Asharipan. Please don't think me to be impudent, but I know you have that quality in you, sister, because I've seen you any kind of bhagat, whether it's this religion or that, the thought process. See, each of us, we have a way of becoming bodiless. It's each of us. It all depends upon what was the samskar. But I think the sister was looking forward. She wanted to know, how do we really realize it's definitely, I think she also knows bodiless. But I have seen in you that a kind of the universal feeling which you give. So at least now, when we are going into meditation, if you could really give us your approach, because I have seen it, I'm a witness to it. So if you could give some things, how really we refine, we rise, and we become. I always like the thing of becoming one, irrespective of what is the source, whether it is Shiv Baba, whether it's Archangel, or whether it's anyone. Could you please give us, if you do, I requested you not to think me to be impudent. So it's just a request from me.
No, of course not. Whatever is your request, I take it as a direction from Baba that today's meditation we'll try to do this bodiless stage, which Sister Pramila has asked. And I'm sure all of you are actually already doing it, but maybe the techniques may be different and everybody has a different way of experiencing the same higher elevated stage. So Rakhi Ben, is this the right time to do the meditation? Or some more churning?
Yeah. There's an announcement before that.
Okay.
Before we move on to meditation. Om Bhai, would you want to announce?
Yeah, okay. I'll just announce about tomorrow's master class. Tomorrow being a buffer day, there is a master class this Sunday. Dattabai is conducting a class on the topic Going Beyond Sound with focus on the Murli dated 26 Jan 1977, titled Experience the Divine Activities of Subtle Power Through Introversion. This Murli we had taken it just a few days before. So this Murli will be the central theme, and topic is Going Beyond Sound with focus on this Murli. So this will be conducted by Datta Bhai. It's a very interesting class. We all divine members of the divine family must join. Om Shanti. Yeah, Harpreet sister, you can go ahead with the meditation.
Okay. Thank you, brother. So before we begin the meditation, to experience this bodiless stage, you have to first experience the body. So we're going to do it starting with recognizing our own physical being, and then we will move on. So may I request each one of you to actually relax wherever you're seated. You can also lie down, whatever is comfortable. You can be seated with your eyes open or even your eyes closed. It's all a very personal choice. As long as the vision is clear that that's what makes me comfortable. So completely relax. And focus first on your own physical being. Recognize that you are a beautiful soul, but resting in a beautiful temple. Your body. That is a gift from Baba to live this beautiful life on earth. Acknowledge and thank your body. Every cell in your body, every organ, every muscle, every vessel that is making your body work. With the blessing of Baba, I express my deepest gratitude to my body. And now I use the energy of Baba. I use the energy of the universal light, the source, the oneness of the entire universe, to touch my body and to enter my body as I completely relax. I can experience the love of God, the love of Baba flowing through my body. I'm completely attuned to the light healing my own self. I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm healthy, I'm physically enabled as a beautiful instrument of God in this earthly life. And I now focus on my heart and my mind. I can see the light of Baba flowing into my heart, filling my cup of loneliness, of sadness, replacing it with just pure joy, where I'm ready to give love. I'm ready to share. I fill my inner cup with gratitude, with devotion, with the deepest connection to Baba. And as my heart becomes full, my mind, the thoughts that were racing start calming down. My thoughts are full of love and purity. I see the whole universe as one. And as I completely relax, I can now focus in the center of my forehead, on my soul totally merged with the light of Baba. And while it is still connected to the body, I can feel and experience that my soul is now becoming more focused and completely in tune with the universal energy. And as my soul becomes more and more powerful, I can experience the detachment from my body. I can feel that my body is just an instrument, and my soul is the most powerful one. And that point of light, which I now experience, I can visualize it slowly exiting the body, going higher and higher into the atmospheric realms. I can see my body lovingly below, that I now leave with respect and with gratitude, knowing that I will soon return to that body. But at this point, I'm focused on my soul. I keep going higher and higher. I cross the sun, the moon, the solar system, seeing the oneness of the Almighty everywhere, seeing the beautiful creation. And I keep going higher, even higher, into the subtle world. My soul is shining brightly as I feel so joyful and light. I can see the different saints of different yugas. I can see the gods, the goddesses, the angels, the archangels, all welcoming me to this beautiful world of divinity. I can see the shining souls of everyone, radiating such peace, such love, such divine connection. The aura so powerful. And as I go further beyond, and all the saints and angels helping me in this journey, I express gratitude to them as well. As I move on, and you can visualize Baba Or you can visualize just the light, the source, my own soul completely merged with the divine source light. My aura so strong and powerful. I completely surrender to the supreme consciousness, the universal love and peace flowing through me. Every person around me on the earth and beyond the earth, I can see the light on each one. I participate in spreading the vibration of joy and peace to everyone. My soul is in a stage of elevation. I am empowered. I am a pure divine soul. I am a joyful and peaceful soul. I am a loving, kind, and merciful soul. I am a compassionate soul. And now I am a victorious soul. As I conquer my vices, as I conquer my desires, I am the crown of light. I see everyone in the same way, only with love, with peace and joy. My soul is so bright, so powerful, so elevated. I express my thanks to Baba, to the source, to all the angels, guides, to all the saints, the gurus, everyone who's helped me in this beautiful journey. I thank the souls who are no longer on the earth. I thank my divine family. I thank everyone who's helping each other in this beautiful journey. I can see God's light making me still brighter. And I get a signal to return, to be His loving instrument, to be the crown of light, to be the bestower of fortune, to help the devotees all along in this beautiful journey. I slowly return as a beautiful twinkling star, moving back through the realms, coming towards the earth. Even the sun and moon are smiling at me as we connect as a one creative element of the universe. Everyone is with me. Baba is with me, holding my hand, smilingly, lovingly looking at me and saying, "Well done, my child." Continue with these positive vibrations throughout. And slowly you see yourself returning back to the earth, to your city, to your home like a temple, the vibration so powerful, and your body waiting for you. And as you re-enter your body with the same divinity, the same power, the deepest connection of mind, body, soul, all in unison, ready to help, ready to serve the universe. And my divine cord of connection remains forever. Baba is with me in my heart, in my body, in my soul. I can experience Him within me. So although I'm back in my body, I'm still in the angelic stage. And I'm going to lead my day in this manner, like an angel, like a deity, spreading love and peace all around. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Om Shanti, a wonderful and excellent guided meditation. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Harpreet sister. Thank you, divine members of the divine family. I think we can take this as a homework. We can practice this meditation quite often. And the more practice we do, I think the more we'll be expert at being a Shariri and being an instrument. We can shower your feelings and vibrations and love to everyone, irrespective of the whoever he is or she is. And so let's meet all together tomorrow at 5 a.m. for the master class. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, divine family.